Welcome back to Guitar Theory Modules. This is Module 65 and we're on pages 154 and 155. In this module, I'm going to show you how to play minor 2-5-1 progressions in any key, anywhere on the fretboard. We have a variety of chords we can play in minor 2-5-1 progressions. We can play minor triads or minor 7th chords for our 1 chord. For our 2 chord, we're going to play minor 7 flat 5, and for our 5 chord or our dominant chord, we can play major triads or dominant 7 chords. Here's a minor shape you can play with the root on the 6th string. This is fingers 1, 3, 4, 1, 1, 1. This happens to be a B flat minor that I'm playing because I'm placing my root note on the B flat, string 6, fret 6. And all of the shapes are going to be movable. What you call the chord depends on where you place the root note. Here's a minor shape you can play with the root on the 5th string. Fingers 1, 3, 4, and 2. Here's a minor 7 shape you can play with the root on the 6th string. This is fingers 2, 3, 3, and 3. So finger 3 bars across strings 2, 3, and 4. Finger 1 goes over the top of finger 3 to give it a little bit of support and to play the root note. Here's a minor 7 shape you can play with the root on the 5th string. Finger 1, 3, 1, and 2. So finger 1 is barring across strings 3 through 5. And here's another minor 7 shape you can play with the root on the 5th string. This is fingers 3, 1, 4, and 1. So now finger 1 is barring across strings 2 through 4. So those are the chords that we can use for our 1 chord, minor chords or minor 7 chords. For our 5 chord, we're going to use major or dominant 7 chords. Let's look at some major chords. Here's a major chord you can play with the root on the 6th string. Finger 1, 3, 4, 2, 1, and 1. Here's another major shape you can play, this time with the root on the 5th string. Finger 1, 3, 3, 3. So finger 3 is barring there. And here's another major shape you can play with the root on the 5th string. This is fingers 4, 3, 1, and 2. And here's a dominant 7 shape you can play with the root on the 6th string. Finger 1, 2, 4, and 3. And a dominant 7 shape you can play on the 5th string. Finger 1, 3, 1, and 4. And another dominant 7 shape you can play with the root on the 5th string. This is shaped just like a C7. You're just playing the middle 4 strings. Fingers 3, 2, 4, and 1. And for our 2 chord, we need to know some minor 7 flat 5 shapes. Here's a minor 7 flat 5 shape you can play with the root on the 6th string. Finger 2, 3, 4, and 1. And a minor 7 flat 5 shape you can play with the root on the 5th string. Finger 1, 3, 2, and 4. And you can also get away with using this minor 7 shape for a minor 7 flat 5 shape. So that is a minor 7 shape. However, this shape does not include a 5th. It has a root, a 3rd, a 7th, and another root. Since there's no 5 to flat, you can substitute this chord instead. Now, if you want to play this shape, but you want to include the 5th, just take your root away from the 5th string, put your 2nd finger down, 1 fret to the left on the 6th string, and now we have a minor 7 flat 5 shape, but this one is just in 2nd inversion with the 5th at the bottom. So we have a 5th, a 3rd, a 7th, and a root on the top. The diagrams at the top of page 155 show how to find the root of the tonic or 1 chord, the 2, and the 5 in relation to each other. So if the root of your 1 chord is on the 6th string, The root of your 2 chord is going to be 2 frets to the right of that on the 6th string still. The root of your 5 or your dominant chord is going to be the same fret as your 2 chord, but on the 5th string. So we have 1, 2, and 5. And for our 1 chord, we're either going to play minors or minor 7s. For our 2 chord, we're going to play minor 7 flat 5s. And for our 5 chord, we're either going to be playing majors or dominant 7s. If the root of your 1 chord or your tonic is on the 5th string, then your 2 chord root is going to be 2 frets to the right of that on the same string. And the root of your 5 chord or your dominant is going to be the same fret as your 1 chord, but on the 6th string. So there's your 1, 2, and 5. And again, for your 1 chord, it's going to be minors or minor 7s. For your 2 chord, minor 7 flat 5. For your dominant or your 5 chord, it's going to be major or dominant 7. At the bottom of page 155, we have this minor 2-5-1 playing exercise. What I'd like you to do is pick a few minor keys a day. You could choose from this list, or you could take yourself through the circle of fifths. For our example, we're going to use the key of A minor. First thing I'd like you to do is find and play the root of your 1 chord or your tonic, and then your 2 and your 5 in relation to that 1. So here, there's your 1, there's your 2, there's your 5, and 1. And name your notes. So A for your 1, B for your 2, E is your 5, and A again is your 1. And then play a minor 1-2-5-1 progression beginning with the root of your tonic on the 6th string. So this will be A minor, so 1 chord could be minor chord or minor 7. 2 chord, minor 7 flat 5. 5 chord could be major or dominant 7. And then back to your 1 chord. So that'll be, I'm going to use 7th chords, A minor 7, B minor 7 flat 5, E7, and A minor 7. And then do the same thing with the root of your tonic on the 5th string. First pick a key. Let's pick the key of D minor this time. Find and play your 1, 2, and 5 roots in relation to each other. So there's your 1, 2, and your 5. And name those notes. So D for 1, E for 2, A is your dominant or your 5, and back to D for your 1. And then play a minor 1-2-5-1 progression, starting with the root of your tonic on that 5th string, and this is the key of D minor, so 1 could be minor or minor 7. 2 is going to be minor 7 flat 5. 5 or dominant is going to be your major or dominant 7, and back to 1. Or D minor or D minor 7. E minor 7 flat 5, A7, or A if you like, and D minor. Don't forget to check out my book, Guitar Theory Modules. Of course, you can watch all these videos for free, but if you have your own copy of Guitar Theory Modules, you'll have all this information in one place. It's going to be a lot easier to follow along, so I'll leave a link in the description. Take your time with this, and then when you're ready, I'll see you in Module 66, where I'm going to show you how to play minor flat 6, 5, 1 progressions in any key, anywhere on the fretboard.